Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Jason Phillips. He's a Simpson County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Joanna.
Now, Jason, every spring we run into these situations where we have these tunnels in our yard, and usually they're caused by moles. And today you're going to talk a little bit about moles and maybe how to control them.
Right, yeah, I think all our homeowners at some time or another have experienced trouble with moles. And we get a lot of calls down at the extension office asking how is the best way to control these moles. So I'm glad we're getting to talk about this today.
And so what are our options and how do they navigate through to make these tunnels, Jason? I think we have to understand how these moles operate a little bit before we can control them.
Well, there are a lot of products out there, first off, that are targeted at mole control. There are some traps that can be effective. There's also some products that are supposed to kill the grubs, which that those can work, but they've not been shown to have much long-term success. Typically, the grubs will be eliminated for a little while, and then the moles will come right back. So you really just run them off to your neighbor for that period of time. And so what we found that works the best are fake worms, basically, and they ingest these worms, and that's the best way that we found um, to reduce the population of moles.
Yeah, because for a long time, the only product that we had really out there that was effective were the traps. But you have to know which tunnels are active, which ones they're moving in. And so it took a little bit more time to,
Right.
place. But with these worms, do we still have to do the same thing? Do we still have to put them in active tunnels? And
Yeah, in order to be most effective, you definitely need to target the active tunnels because, moles have certain runways. They have certain tunnels that they use over and over and over again. And then they have other tunnels that they never use again. And so obviously, if we put the bait into one of these tunnels that they never use again, then we're not going to have any luck in reducing our mole population. So what we need to do is go out there when it's the ground's wet or it's soft, and we need to mash down that tunnel with our foot and look at the different runs and make sure that you're mashing down different runs, and then mark that. You can use a plastic fork, you can use a survey marker flag available at your local hardware store, and then come back say 48 to 72 hours later, and those tunnels that are pushed back up, that is where you want to target your bait application.
Jason, are there usually numerous moles? I mean, like once you get one, is that over, or are there usually multiple ones in your yard?
Well, the good thing about it is, a lot of people think they have just got tons and tons of moles when they look out in their yard and they have tons of tunnels, and it's just really unsightly, and they think, what, I'm never going to get rid of all these moles. The good news is that moles are really active and vigorous feeders. And so if we're able to get rid of one or two, typically 2 to 3 is the maximum that we're going to have per acre.
And Jason, usually we think about this in the springtime, but are moles active all year long?
Moles are active 12 months out of the year. We do think we get outside, we see the tunnels in the spring, and I do seem to have an uptick in calls. But I mean, I found new tunnels in December and January and the coldest times of the year, as well as midsummer, the warmest times of the year. So yeah, this is an all year thing.
And Jason, you mentioned that there are a lot of other products available on the market that might not be effective. Is there anything that people need to look for?
Basically, there's several products that make these pseudo worms or fake worms, several companies, excuse me. And Matomco would be one of those, Taliprid, you got Tomcat Mole Killer. All of these have been shown to be effective, and there are probably some others. But the pseudo worms are what we've really seen the most success with.
All right, Jason, we'll certainly appreciate the information. And if you have questions about mold control, make sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.